Come on, wimp. You scared?
Action hack and slash games are dope as hell. Beating up enemies with style and flair while using some different and fun weapons is always fun to play with. God of War 1 was my first game that got me into this type of genre and how cool it is. I wasn't really the best at this game though. I would literally get stuck on the first level because I was just some stupid baby who spammed the same buttons hoping to beat the Hydras in the first level of God of War. I pretty much dropped the game as a kid and never touched it again because at the time the PS3 I played this game on was not mine, it was my uncle's, and I kind of stopped visiting his crib for a while. I wouldn't play another hack and slash for a while till No More Heroes and Metal Gear Rising. While those games were great, I wasn't really interested in playing much of the genre after these games since I was a kid who was more into Call of Duty and Fallout during this time. When COVID hit, I got into a game series that I would end up loving so much that I would make a video about it. If I had to say what was one of my favorite series in video game history, it would probably be Devil May Cry. I don't think there's a series that I like to revisit more than DMC since the games are super replayable. The first time I played DMC 1, it felt like it was oozing with a different type of personality than these other games. While I love my time with DMC 1 and the things like Dante's gameplay and the difficulty plus the atmosphere of the game and even the music, I feel like I had to go more into the series to really cement me into liking it more. And no, I didn't play DMC 2. I saw the hate for this game and yeah, nah. I ain't touching it, not even for shits and giggles. It doesn't even hold the same type of charm or style that DMC 1 did, so if anything, it looked worse in every aspect compared to its predecessor. Once I finished DMC 1, I decided to go into DMC 3 since apparently it's a prequel to both of these games and would build upon the first game, and damn, this game is really what made me love DMC in its entirety and made me want more of the series. Y'all remember in my Gungrave video when I said I wish I grew up with the PS2 more? This is exactly what I meant. I really wish this was in my childhood. Like, seriously, I really wish I had that PS2 in my room, man. Devil May Cry 3 is one of the best games ever made for the console that everyone loves, me included, the PlayStation 2. The people behind this game was a group in Capcom called Team Little Devils, which the game's lead director would be Hideaki Itsuno, though he wasn't the person who actually brought DMC to life. That would actually be Hideki Kamiya, who didn't direct this game since he felt like he did enough with just the first DMC game. Also, going back to this travesty, DMC 2 wasn't even created by either of these guys. No one really knows who even made this shit. Anyways, the art for DMC 3 would be made by Daigo Ikeno, who is legit one of my favorite artists ever, and on top of that, Capcom would bring in Kazuma Kaneko as a guest artist. Like, damn, they for real have two of my favorite artists together. The music of DMC 3 would be composed by Tatsuya Shibata, and the vocalist for some of the songs would be Sean McPherson from the band Hostile Groove. With this, you could probably think that this was an ambitious project waiting to be cooked, and man, Itsuno and the rest of the team made possibly one of the best hack and slashes ever made. Devil May Cry 3 opens up with the tale of Sparta.
When I was young, my father would tell me stories about it. Long ago, in ancient times, a demon rebelled against his own kind for the sake of the human race. With his sword, he shut the portal to the demonic realm and sealed the evil entities off from our human world. But since he was a demon himself, his power was also trapped on the other side. I never believed it. I thought it was just a child's fairy tale. But I discovered that this so-called legend wasn't a myth at all. Sparta existed. How do I know? Well, I met the sons of Sparta. Both of them. Though the same blood of their father flowed through their veins, The two battled each other fiercely like arch enemies. It seemed as if they derived some sort of twisted pleasure from this brotherly fighting. But in the end, only one was left standing.
Soon after, we cut to some bunk-ass place with a younger Dante who looks fresh as fuck.
Sorry, not open for business yet. I haven't even picked a name for this joint, and I'm already getting calls.
While Dante is just chilling, a bald dude comes into the place and they exchange some dialogue.
You a customer too? Well, if you want to use the bathroom, help yourself. The toilet's in the back.
Is your name Dante, son of Sparta?
Where did you hear that?
From your brother. He sent this invitation for you. Please, accept it.
Invitation, huh?
Dante just takes some sides like nothing and starts moving as if he's just going through his normal ass day. And he also kicks off one of the best cutscenes to any video game ever.
This party's getting crazy. Let's rock.
DMC3 is super extra, and I mean really extra in its presentation, and I love it so much. When the cutscene finally finishes, we get to try out the game's combat, and holy shit, it's amazingly fun. DMC3 is a hack and slash game, so when you hit motherfuckers, you really feel the weight behind your attacks. Dante moves really fast in this game, showing just how much combo potential he has, and on top of that, the game revolves around styles, which is the first game in the series to implement this. Dante has access to 4 styles at the beginning of the game, but gets a hold of 2 other ones later on. I'll explain those later in the video. The main 4 you have to choose from are Trickster, a style centered around Dante's movement, which gives you the ability to dash on the ground and the air, and this is also the game's default style choice, and this is also the one that I played with for this playthrough. Swordmaster is a style centered around Dante's devil arms, which are his main melee weapons. This style can open up a lot more potential for crazier, nastier combos. Gunslinger is like Swordmaster, but it's instead geared for your guns, which if I'm being honest are a bit boring, but at least some of the gun animations look cool. Royal Guard is the last that is currently available and also the hardest style to master. This style is based around your reaction time and how fast you can block attacks. If you block successfully, you can parry an attack and take no damage. I've always liked Trickster the most, but Swordmaster and Royal Guard are also good styles to learn as well if you want to play through DMC3 multiple times. Back to the game, after juggling and comboing the hell out of the enemies in Dante's crib, we go out and see that the city is messed up and his place becomes run down. We start the second mission of the game where we get introduced to our first boss, which is the Hell Vanguard. Like I mentioned before, DMC3 introduced the style system in this game, and once you start messing around with it, doing combos, you get addicted to it and you never want to drop your controller. Everything feels super fluid, from the way Dante can roll, shoot his guns, and how heavy some of his swords feel. This game really revolutionized the genre of hack and slash, and it's impressive that something like this was on the PS2. The Hell Vanguard goes back to the tower and we soon get introduced to Virgil, who is our brother. And I mean shit, he looks cool as fuck with the katana that's called the Yamato. Our brother Virgil wants to do some evil shit, which is bring up the tower from the ground called the Tenimiguru, which is a tower that holds a gateway from the demon world to the human world. Going back to Dante, this part of the mission feels like a small playground where you can experiment with Dante's moveset. Also, his weapons, the ones that he starts off with, are the Rebellion, which is a sword that he's had ever since he was young, and it was apparently his father's. The pistols that Dante has are called Ebony and Ivory, which are pistols that got custom made that don't run out of ammo and have a really sleek design to them that I really like. Dante also gets a hold of the shotgun, which has some pretty crazy ass use in this game. I also forgot to mention that there's these things called divinity statues where you can actually change your style, since over time you can level up the styles and change them whenever you want to in each level as long as you get to these statues. You can get things like health upgrades, items, shit like that from divinity statues. Combos are also a thing you can buy at these statues, whether it be for your rebellion or just upgrading the damage for your gun. There also is some pretty good depth in the game's combo system, as you can do delayed combos where you can press one button, wait for a few seconds, and then press it again for another action. Or you can just do normal combos where you just keep pressing buttons over and over again. Once we get more weapons, you'll see what I'm talking about. At the end of mission 3, we finally get to see the entrance of the Tenimiguru, and man, we get introduced to possibly one of my favorite first bosses, and possibly one of my favorite bosses in the whole Devil May Cry series as well. Like, just take a look at this, bro.
The likes of you are forbidden in this land. You are powerless, but not worthy to set foot here.
Wow, I've never seen a talking mud before. In a dog show, you'd definitely take first place.
You ugly human make a mockery of me?
Easy, Fido. How about I take you out for a walk? Come on, puppy. Let's go.
You'll regret this, you worm!
It's showtime. Come on.
Man, Cerberus' theme is so good. I listen to it a lot while just chilling in my college classes or even doing homework. Shout out to Shibata and McPherson for this amazing track. The actual fight between Dante and Cerberus is pretty damn challenging too for a real first boss in the game. He's like a skill check, trying to see if you figured out what style suits you the most, when to shoot, roll, and dodge. What you have to do to beat him is take off the ice that protects him and deal as much damage to his 3 heads as possible, chopping them off one by one. Once the battle is over, Cerberus talks to us and gives us some unexpected assistance.
Who knows? I'm not even sure myself.
Regardless, you have proved your strength. I acknowledge your ability. Take my soul and go forth. You have my blessing.
Too easy. Are you going to the party? What's the hurry? Didn't you get an invitation? This just keeps getting better and better.
But out of nowhere, this badass chick just pulls up and then leaves out of nowhere. But maybe we'll see her later. Virgil notices our arrival to the tower, and that bald dude from earlier is with him, and apparently he's acquainted with that lady somehow. Never mind that though, we need to get to the tower, and man, the aesthetics of this place are really cool. Even the music really suits this type of vibe to it. It's almost like some gothic type shit. Really all we're doing here is solving puzzles and doing some backtracking, which isn't that fun to do, but I don't mind since there's some fights in between these puzzles, and also because Dante's theme is really cool when you fight these guys. After enough puzzle solving, there's this big ass hallway where Dante ends up with holes in some of the walls where we have to fight the Gigapede. And honestly, this fight is kinda ass. There's nothing really special about this boss either. To beat him, all Dante needs to do is just smack the hell out of the Gigapede with Cerberus on his head, and he's pretty much dead. And it's really easy compared to Cerberus, who was a genuine skill check. Once the Gigapede is dead, we get another piece that we need to get to the top of the tower, but we meet someone real strange before trying to leave.
Yoo-hoo!
need to use violence, devil boy. Oh, wait. Better listen to what I say, lad. This tower here is very sturdy. You see? Your tricks will do no good. No good!
Zip it, or I'll pierce that big nose.
That could be a problem. Just hear me out. You've got nothing to lose, right? My name is Jester, and I know a thing or two about this place. That thing there is a power generator for this entire sector. In order to open the door, you need to apply a little something to it first. Do you know what that is, kid? Or is that too difficult for you?
Get to the point, or do you want to keep on dancing?
Actually, I prefer a sword to be my partner. May I have this dance, my lady? Bingo! That is what the something is. Remember that, kid. Write it down on your hand if you don't trust your head.
I see. Thanks.
This Jester guy just kind of shows up and then leaves. But alright, he has a boss fight back where Dante fought the Gigapede, and his fight is alright. He doesn't really do much, he just spams a lot of balls at you and stays under a barrier that he makes for himself. After leaving the Jester fight, Dante solves some more puzzles around the tower and finds an elevator. He walks into some busted ass arena and meets another blockade in his path where we have to fight another boss.
Look, brother, it's been ages, but we finally have company. I see that. We must entertain our guest. You're right. We have to be gracious hosts. What should we do? How do I know? We need to come up with something. Brother, our guest is sighing. Sigh? What is sigh? Well, a sigh is when...
Enough already! How long are you two gonna keep carrying on like this? In case you didn't get the hint, I'll spell it out. Your guest wants to go through. Got it?
Our job here is to guard this door. That's right. We can't let you pass.
Agni and Rudra are such a good duo boss fight in this game. It feels fair fighting both of them at the same time, and it isn't some bullshit fight where you get hit no matter what. There are certain frames where you can hit either Agni or Rudra or both of them at the same time, and they will stagger, leaving you with a huge ass opening to do some crazy damage to them. If you kill one of them before the other, it'll trigger a cutscene where either Agni or Rudra will take control of their brother's sword and do some crazy ass combo moves that can really mess you up if you're not careful. Their design is really distinct too, as both of them are literal talking swords that can control their bodies. And man, this theme really suits them too.
Wait! Yes, wait! We have been waiting for a long time! Yes, a very long time. For someone stronger than us. Someone who can control us. My name is Agni. And my name is Rudra. You shall take us with you. We could be a great help to you.
Okay, but on one condition.
What is it? Name it!
No talking.
Fair enough. As you wish.
No talking. Good.
The next mission gets Dante doing 3 trials where he needs to hold some extended ass combos for a bit, dash through some spikes, and play a shitty version of the Lost Woods for a second to get these stones to unlock this door.
Well, this is my kind of rain. No wonder the sky looks so funny today.
Let me go!
Let you go? But it would be a waste if you ended up as just a pretty stain. What the hell was that for? Here I am trying to help you, and you show your thanks by shooting me? Whatever. Do as you please.
So he's a demon too.
I'm beginning to think I've got rotten luck with women.
Dante is now pretty close to the top of the tower and nearing Virgil with only a few floors between them. He solves more puzzle and kicks ass as we reach the door that leads to the top of the Tenimiguru. Once we're up there, Dante and Virgil have some trash talk for a bit, and you know what, I'll just let the whole cutscene play because man, it's just really cool seeing these motherfuckers banter with each other.
You showed up.
You sure know how to throw a party. No food, no drinks, and the only babe just left.
My sincerest apology, brother. I was so eager to see you, I couldn't concentrate on preparations for the bash.
Whatever. At any rate, it's been a whole year since we last met. How about a kiss from your little brother? Or better yet, how about a kiss from this? So, this is what they call a heartwarming family reunion, eh?
You got that right.
Everything about this fight feels so damn perfect. From the way that these two talk to each other, the differing movesets, the music, especially, like, holy shit, this is how you make a rival, a parallel to one another. Even the scenery is amazing too. In this very boss fight, I knew the rest of the game was going to be something real exciting. Virgil has some quick attacks that can catch you off guard, and if you just try to spam him out, you just get countered by him and most likely get your ass beat fast. His moveset is pretty varied, having these slashing katana attacks that honestly kind of got me a lot of the time, and I just can't say how impressed I am at just what kind of impression Virgil made on me when I played this game back in 2020. When we supposedly beat Virgil, a cutscene plays out where we see these brothers banter again.
Why do you refuse to gain power? The power of our father, Sparta.
Father? I don't have a father. I just don't like you, that's all.
Foolishness, Dante. Foolishness. Might controls everything. And without strength, you cannot protect anything. Let alone yourself.
Finally have it.
Yes. Now the spell Sparta cast will be broken. I see a devil inside you has awakened as well.
Wait. We should leave. For the moment, we have all that we need.
Come on, blast off!
The next mission sets Dante flying into the mouth of Leviathan, And Dante also gets a hold of his devil trigger, which makes him transform into his demon self, where he can deal more damage, hit much harder, do devil trigger explosions, which are an area of effect move, and he can even heal himself in this mode. The cool thing about this transformation is every time Dante uses devil trigger, his demon form changes corresponding to the weapon he's holding. And Cosmo Mechanico was responsible for these dope ass designs. Going through Leviathan feels different than climbing the Tenimiguru. This dude's belly has some nervous ass background music and fits well, honestly. Other than that though, it's probably my least favorite aesthetically, since it's just some demon's belly, like it's kinda boring. The boss of this area is Leviathan's heart, which is not a very engaging fight. All you need to do is hit his sides, and once one side is out, his center part gets exposed, and that's the part you have to hit him with that can actually receive damage. Just rinse and repeat and that shit is over until he dies pretty much. Once Dante stylishly cuts Leviathan's eye from the inside out, and meets up with the now actually name drop lady.
I'll leave this to you, because I don't want to miss the party.
Who counted on you anyway?
The next mission starts, and it's back to solving puzzles. While going through the hallways of the tower, we end up meeting these spider creatures in the room, and this is where a lot of the enemies in DMC3 really show how shit they can be. These spiders are a pain to fight since their attacks are weirdly telegraphed, and it's even worse when there's just a room full of these guys. And these motherfuckers are not as hard as the next ones coming later in the game. Like, I'm gonna shit on the upcoming enemies, bro. You guys are gonna see. After that room, there's just some random parts of the tower where we enter, and these are some pretty annoying ass rooms filled with spinning traps and with enemies right next to them. It's not a very fun part of the mission. Also, here in this area, Dante gets a sniper rifle, which is pretty good when you pair it up with Ebony and Ivory. It shoots kinda slow, but it still deals some pretty decent damage. Entering the next area by the waterfall cave, there's this room that has a stage on it where all of a sudden bats appear in front of Dante.
Welcome, sir. Is this your first time here?
Yeah, it is. You'll be nice to me, won't you?
Of course I will. I'll treat you so nicely. You'll never want to leave.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Then, come on, sugar.
11 is a boss I really liked fighting, but I don't really think she's that challenging to fight though. You can easily tell what she's gonna do when she says a certain voice line, like how she says,
"How's this?"
and she'll throw electro balls at you, or she'll say,
"Now you will become tired,"
and try to shock you. But just because she was on the easier side doesn't mean that she wasn't fun to go up against. The only time she would get me is when she would either do the electric spam bars, or I would forget to get out of her radius when I would knock her out and she does an AoE on me. With Nevin finally defeated, we get her cutscene, and she also turns into one of the coolest weapons in the game for us.
You're sweet.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
All right, I'll help you. You're father was a handsome devil. But you're no slouch yourself.
Nevin is a really cool weapon that I deadass never used because I was so attached to Rebellion, Agni, and Rudra, and a weapon that I'll talk about later. But the shit you can do with this weapon is so cool. Like, Dante actually shreds with a guitar that deals damage to enemy. That shit is fire. Soon after, we get some more dialogue between Arkham and Virgil about Lady.
Does that woman really bother you?
What are you talking about?
Why didn't you kill her? Perhaps because she's your daughter? Did some pesky fatherly love get in your way?
That's none of your...
To further your study of the black arts, you sacrificed your loving wife to become a devil as well. Knowing this, I thought you'd be more useful to me. But I was wrong. No wonder your attainment of power is incomplete.
What about you? You're an incomplete being as well. Both demon and human blood mingle in your veins.
Shut up. Now that the final door is open, I have no use for you.
After receiving an item called the Stone Mask outside of Nevin's crib, we place the mask on a pedestal where we can cross a bridge and get the Neo generator that's needed to explore more of the tower. More backtracking happens, and I combo the hell out of the enemies around Dante, and get to the beginning of the level where Dante shows off a bit of his Neymar-ass skills. A new way has been opened for Dante to go through where he encounters...
Well, that was quick.
That man. Did you kill him?
So what if I did?
My girl look identical to other. To top it off, that filthy scum is my father.
Well, we have something in common. I have a dysfunctional family too.
And what would you know about family? You're a demon. This is my father. My family. This was all supposed to end by my hand. Just go. I don't care anymore.
Family, huh?
When Dante leaves, Arkham suddenly comes back and tries to talk to his daughter and give us some more backstory on his wife and what Virgil has done to him.
Mary? Is that you? What's happening? Where's your mother?
My mother? You killed her, remember?
Yes. That's right. I killed her. own hands. What horrible thing have I done? I was too weak. I succumbed to his influence.
You mean you were possessed? Father?
Yes, I was manipulated. Manipulated by a devil named Virgil.
Virgil?
He's attempting to bring the demon world back to this modern day. A world that Sparta once sealed off.
Sparta? I thought he was a myth.
If the demons return, this world will be thrown into chaos. Stop him. Stop Virgil.
Me?
You're such a sweet child. Just like your mother.
Father! Father! Virgil.
And from here, Arkham dies. The next mission has us going to get the Haywire Neo generator to continue traversing to the tower, and while solving the puzzles we fight the most annoying enemies in the game, like the Soul Eaters and the Delahens, which, why are these annoying ass enemies in the game that don't feel fun to fight and really don't flow well with Dante's moveset? Like why are they in the game? But I don't know, maybe that's just a skill issue and I suck at the game, right? Dante enters a room that seems to be a mine of sort, with a rail system to it where we can get on it and find some enemies that are actually fun to combo. But once we get to our destination, we see this torture-like room that has this appealing gothic style that I really like from the game. But once we get to our destination, we get to this torture-like dungeon area that has that cool appealing gothic style to it. Once we go in, we get greeted by one of my favorite bosses in the game.
Didn't your mother ever teach you how to use a door? Huh? Give me a break. Tell you what, next time I'll try and wear some cologne, okay?
It's the stench of betrayal, the odor of that accursed Sparta. I will annihilate every last blood relation of Sparta!
A son cleaning up his dad's mess, huh? Where have I heard this story before?
Beowulf is, for real, one of the coolest enemies I've fought in the game, not just for his appearance being some type of mythological creature and having a good ass theme, but also being connected to Dante because of his father. And I think most of y'all picked up on the game really likes to show off its familial themes. You see, Sparta sealed this motherfucker a few thousand years ago, and now it's up for Dante to beat his ass up, and it's pretty challenging on a first playthrough. This dude is low-key unpredictable at times, since he likes to throw punches at random and do AoEs whenever he feels like it, and also has some hitboxes you wouldn't expect to land on you, so you always gotta be active as hell when you're fighting him. When the fight is over, he leaves and he just calls you a bitch even though he wanted the fade first, but alright. With Dante getting the Haywire generator and Arkham's body disappearing, we continue. Jester randomly pulls up and does his annoying ass routine, but he comes to let us know that Virgil is doing everything to open up the gates of the underworld and we need to hurry up. While holding the haywire generator, Dante is in a constant state of devil trigger, making him overpowered as hell, but at the cost of him losing his health and potentially dying. Being in the state of overpowered devil trigger is actually really fun and makes you feel unstoppable, like you can just combo the enemies around you forever. Finally getting past all the hordes of the enemies in the rooms prior, we reach the bridge where the haywire generator is needed to open up the new path. There is also an optional jester fight when going to the new path we just opened up. I did do the fight, but there isn't much to talk about since the fight itself is the same as the one before, so let's keep going. While going down a spiral staircase, Dante ends up on a bridge where we get introduced to our next boss fight.
Talk about horsepower. A chicken race with a horse, huh? Fair enough.
Garyon is next up and his boss fight is okay. The only real challenge here is making sure that you don't get hit by his rockets or the coach behind him, since they deal a ton of damage, and these attacks have managed to hit me the most when going up against him. He's also able to stop time for a bit and use it to his advantage to either move out of his current position or to trap you in a time bubble that surrounds you with arrows that go your way when time resumes. He is a very cool concept for a boss, but he isn't my personal favorite in this game. Once he's defeated, he gives us access to something really unexpected. Quicksilver is the second to last style Dante gets in this game, and while stopping time for outputting combos on frozen enemies is cool, I am most certainly not proficient with this style, especially on a normal playthrough. But I've seen people do some crazy shit with Quicksilver and it's dope as hell to see. Anyways.
I found you, seed of Sparta! I told you that I remembered your rancid scent. No matter where you run to, you can never hide from me. You're not the one I faced before. But this smell, there are two of them. That excellent Sparta had two sons.
Man, I thought Virgil couldn't get any cooler, but seeing him casually throw Beowulf around like nothing is aura defining for his character. With Virgil getting both his and Dante's amulets, he starts the ritual for opening the underworld. In the next mission, we need to get to Virgil as soon as possible before he can even open up the underworld to the human world. A lot of rooms in his missions have the damned chess pieces, which are so annoying to fight. Like, I don't know why these motherfuckers really get on my nerves sometimes. All that Dante needs to get to Virgil is 2 puzzle pieces that open up a door, and that's kinda all we need to start the second round between the Sons of Sparta.
Why isn't this working? Is there something missing? Must more blood be shed?
You seem to be in a bad mood.
Dante.
So, my mother's amulet is the key that unlocks the door to the demon world. Good plan, Pop.
Just the opposite, actually. Originally, it was the key to the demon world, but was given to humans as a gift.
It doesn't matter to me one way or the other. More importantly, I've come all this way. I'm sure you have time for one more game, right?
Why not? After all, we share the same blood. I'll just use more of yours to undo Daddy's little spell.
So, you want a piece of me, literally? Okay, bro. Come and get it.
Virgil's second boss fight is by far the hardest when compared to the other bosses that Dante has come across, but it still feels fair and fun throwing hands with Virgil, just like with the first match against these two. Virgil now has Beowulf in his arsenal, in which he does some combos that can really go through your health if you aren't careful. Like seriously, he will fuck you up. I don't think his theme here is as good as the first one on top of the tower, but it's still alright. He also shows off his Devil Trigger, which has a really sick design and contrasts so much compared to Dante's. Also, when you fight Virgil in the second round, never hit him while he's in Devil Trigger, because he will just tank your attacks and throw you around like you're nothing. With Lady coming into the room, Jester shows up as well and gives us some info.
Or you can expect a spanking from Daddy later. Jester's gonna spank you, but spank you on the bum.
I don't know where you came from, but you don't belong here.
Now leave! Zowie, that was close. You have lost.
Because you underestimated humans.
What's going on?
Good girl. Pure and innocent. Just like your mother.
You bastard!
It's time for your spanking, my dear. You want to know where the spell didn't break? Virgil? You have the 2 amulets and Sparta's blood. You had everything you needed to unleash the evil.
2 amulets. A set of Sparta's blood. Now, I need one more key. He sacrificed 2 things to suppress the tremendous force of this tower. His own devil's blood and a mortal priestess. I needed you, in whose body flows the same blood as the sacrificed woman. His spell cannot be undone without your blood.
It's time for bed, Mary. You can visit your dear mother. Whoa!
Try me.
It's time for the clown to bow out, Arkham.
Dude, the show's over.
Aren't you forgetting something, Virgil? The spell is broken. what do you think will happen next? Let's welcome chaos. Just sit and wait. Wait for the birth of a new god. I shall take over the power of Sparta!
Arkham has now broken the spell and has opened hell basically onto the human world, and we also see him ascend into the sky with the atmosphere of the world being turned to nothing but a dark haze. Dante and Lady talk about the situation, but they ultimately decide to go different ways to the top of the tower.
He's my father. Besides, who else can undo what he's done? A demon like you wouldn't understand.
Father and family, huh? Well, I'll go too. But you better hurry if you don't want me to take all the credit.
Right after Lady leaves the area, Dante gets a hold of Beowulf, which is just conveniently beside the floor and isn't on Virgil somehow. Nah, but seriously though, this is probably one of the most overpowered weapons in the games when fully upgraded, and it's so fun to use, especially in combos, and all this shit you saw Virgil do in the second fight is stuff Dante can do and more. It's a weapon that packs a serious punch to it and can damn near one-shot enemies when charging it up. These gauntlets and their design is just so cool, just like the other weapons in the game. Going deeper into the tower, more annoying enemies appear and Dante does his thing, of course. We go back to where we fought Beowulf, and the whole area has changed into some maze, and I also want to mention that Dante's theme has changed when fighting the enemies, and damn, it's just as good as his first one. Finally getting through some of the older rooms that Dante has gone through at the beginning of the game, we see a portal that transports us to the second level of the game, where we get this amazing cutscene that plays out for us. This game is so awesome, bro. We have finally made it to the last few missions of the game, and I'm gonna be honest, this is low-key where the game runs out of steam for me, since a lot of the missions include the most annoying enemies in the game, and And I fucking hate these guys. The gimmick of this level includes Dante switching the rotation of rooms in the tower with this little switch cycler, where we have to get these fragments to open up the core to get us even closer to the top of the tower. Switching these rooms is a bit confusing, but whenever I play, I just remember to hit the switches one room at a time and do that over and over till I have the 3 pieces. Once that's done and we get all the fragments, Dante places them on the pedestal and opens up the elevator. But once Dante's on the elevator, it cuts to Arkham.
Now, let the world resonate. Sloth, gluttony, greed, envy, lust, wrath, and pride. A bell of chaos that tolls human desires. After 2,000 long years, the once sealed gate to the demonic world will open. Destruction! Carnage and despair! Let your instincts drive you. Entrap this world in fear, as its very name, timid glue, strikes terror into the heart of mankind. Then I will become the ultimate ruler of this wasteland, engulfed with pandemonium. The demonic power that Sparta once imprisoned will be mine!
Arkham has deadass just fully opened the underworld, and it means we're kinda fucked. We even see Dante's devil trigger go stupid for a little bit. This next part requires a bit of puzzle solving, which is alright for me, and thankfully the enemies here aren't as annoying and are just combo fodder this time. Except for this new chess piece, which holy shit, why is there more chess piece enemies, bro? All I had to do in this area was get 2 items to open up a gate, and it wasn't particularly hard, it was just a bit time consuming to do, and I was struggling on this last puzzle needed for the mission. I don't know, I guess it's just another skill issue. Also, I had to fight these terribly main enemies again, and I got my trickster style maxed out with my final abilities being the triple dash, a mid-air dash, running on walls, and teleportation for extended combos. With the gate open, Dante goes through more older parts of the tower we've seen and meets up with Lady in the tower's library.
What's wrong? You tired? Then stand back. I'll take care of this.
No, you stand back!
I told you, you can't do it. Don't you get it? This is not a human's job.
You're the one who doesn't get it! It's not something you can reason with. It has nothing to do with me being a human and you being a demon. I'm driven by the inability to forgive him! My soul is screaming, demanding me to kill him! That's enough motivation to keep me going. Besides, this is my family matter. You should stay out of it.
Okay, lady. I get the picture now, but I can't just sit back and watch either. I'm pretty pissed at him too, you know. Now, get out of my way, or there'll be some consequences.
Fair enough. I wasn't planning on letting any demons live anyway. Not even one.
Dante and Lady just can't put their differences aside and fight each other, which, I mean, if you look at the gameplay, she isn't very hard, but other than that, this is her final stand towards showing just how much she really wants to take down her father by her own merit. When Lady is defeated, we get this really nice and touching conversation between these two, and is honestly such a good moment in the series for Dante's development as well as for Lady's character too.
I'll take care of him.
do you care so much?
This whole business started with my father sealing the entrance between the two worlds. And now, my brother's trying to break that spell and turn everything into Demonville. This is my family matter, too. Quite frankly, at first, I didn't give a damn. But because of you, I know what's important now. I know what I need to do.
Wait.
Trust me, I'll make things right for you. That's what my soul is telling me to do.
Use this.
How much is it gonna cost me?
You can give me your name.
Dante.
Dante. Please. Free my father.
I will, lady.
Lady hands down the Kalina to Dante, showing a sign of trust in him. This rocket launcher is one of the best firearms in the game for having a really good radius damage on enemies, and the launcher itself being named after Lady's mother. Arkham has ascended to some plane of hell where he pulls out one of the swords of Sparta called the Force Edge, which has granted him the power of Dante and Virgil's father. Dante is currently still making it towards the top of the tower, going through a room that requires some platforming and fighting some enemies. We've made it to the top of the tower where we fought Virgil for the first time, but now we aren't fighting against him and are presented with something else.
I know why you're here. You're here to ask me some questions. Well, too bad. I've already answered them myself. I don't need you anymore. Come on, poser.
Doppelganger is just a mimic boss, but with the gimmick being that you can only fight him when he comes close to the light. Honestly, this is the most boring fight in the game, aside from Leviathan, as the gimmick itself is pretty boring, and the whole fight boils down to just hitting the lights at the right time. Finishing up Doppelganger's pretty easy fight, we get the last style in this game, and it's actually really cool.
Thought I lost my shadow for a sec.
Doppelganger is the most unique style, as you can control two Dantes at the same time, letting out some really crazy damage output when fighting enemies and bosses. Personally, I tried it out and I don't think I like it that much compared to Trickster or Swordmaster. But man, if you just look up on YouTube like combos that include all styles with the mod switcher or the switch version of the game, you'll see some really crazy cool stuff. Anyways, Dante has made it back and is now going into the underworld. This level is not fun, bro. I kind of had to take a break when I recorded this shit. I'm telling you guys this right now, this level is some hot buns. Not only do I gotta fight these angels, but I have to fight the chess piece enemies in one room? Alright, bro. Whatever. Really, the only enemies here that gave me a hard time were the rooks, queens, and kings because of how powerful their attacks were, especially the queen. They just kept on moving around and it was really annoying trying to hit them. Not only did I have to do all that bullshit, but there's a boss rush right after that. This part of the mission is just a puzzle where you need to fight certain bosses, which are Cerberus, Agni and Rudra, and Beowulf. But my dumbass forgot this was a puzzle and I ended up fighting more than I needed, which was Nevin, Leviathan, and the Vanguard because I'm an idiot and I forgot you only needed the first 3, but it's fine because I totally didn't waste time. Going back to Arkham wielding the Force Edge, he not only gained the power of Sparta, but has the image of him, and now starts the finale of Devil May Cry 3. The second to last mission kicks off with rooms containing the Abyss Demons, which are like the 7 Hells but have a cooler appearance to them. From here it's just a matter of solving a few puzzles and making it to the end where the showdown between Arkham and Dante happens.
It's like staring into a backed up toilet. Why do you always stick your nose in other families' business? Come on, dude. Don't you have any hobbies? My father wasn't so hideous. Can't you tell by looking at me? Anyway, that shape suits you better. Let's begin the main event.
Alright, so can someone tell me why Arkham morphed into some ugly ass monster instead of retaining Sparta's fit? Like, why do you do that? This fight against Arkham is not fun at all. It is 100% the worst fight in the game, no doubt. Like, his attacks are super non-telegraphed, so you can't really see what type of attack he's gonna throw at you. On top of that, he also has an attack where he dips for a few minutes on end and makes some goons that just surround you and can damage you pretty bad if you don't have the Kalina on, which I really hope you do if you fight Arkham. There isn't a lot I can say about this fight other than it's just really bad and it's for sure the worst in the game. And it gets arguably worse when it gets to the second part of the fight.
I've come to retrieve my power. You can't handle it.
Look at you, making a big dramatic entrance and stealing my spotlight.
What? You don't possibly believe that he deserves to be our main event now, do you?
Now that you mention it, you're right.
You should come to realize you cannot control the power of Sparta.
You're wasting your time, buddy. I think he needs to learn the hard way.
The second half of the fight, you control Virgil and Dante at the same time, which sounds cool, but when you actually play the game, it's a total nightmare. Not only can Dante not use his action button to use his style, but he can't even enter Devil Trigger, which makes the fight more infuriating to do. I died once fighting this dude, and on my second try, I was so hesitant not to get hit, you could tell I was not messing around no more. After a long ass battle, Virgil and Dante finally get the drop on Arkham, and we get one of the most iconic scenes in the whole series, and that shitty fight was honestly worth it just for this.
I'll try it your way for once.
Remember what we used to say? Jackpot.
Not very classy for someone's dying words.
The Sparta twins have put an end to Arkham, but see their amulets and the Force Edge go into a portal leading deeper into the underworld. From the sky, Arkham falls down as Lady reaches the top of the tower herself, where we see the satisfying end of their arcs together as daughter and father.
What a surprise. Here I was looking for you, and lo and behold, you come to me.
Mary.
Don't ever call me that again. My mother was the only one who could say my name.
Wait. Please. Do you really want to shoot me? Can you shoot me? Your own father? What have I done wrong? Even heroic Sparta sacrificed a woman so that he could become a legend. I wish to be a god! Help me, Mary.
Mary died a long time ago. My name is Lady. Goodbye, Father.
No!
Dante and Virgil still have some unfinished family issues going on with each other. These brothers seriously want nothing more than to best each other in their own respective ways. Dante wants to protect the human world where Virgil wants to destroy it, and you can really see that in the cutscene between them.
What are you gonna do with all that power, huh? No matter how hard you try, you're never gonna be like Father.
We're wasting time!
We are the sons of Sparta. Within each of us flows his blood. But more importantly, his soul! And now, my soul is saying it wants to stop you!
Unfortunately, our souls are at odds, brother. I need more power.
And we're supposed to be twins.
Twins.
The final fight between these two motherfuckers is a spectacle to me, man. The music, the arena, the overall tone just makes this fight so memorable. And not to mention that this is for sure the hardest fight in the game, with both Virgil and Dante giving it their all fighting each other. This fight was difficult as hell for me for the first time when I played DMC back in 2020. And even coming back a few years later, this dude Virgil is still whooping my ass. I couldn't have asked for a more perfect fight to end the game with, because there is nothing in the series that has really topped this for me, and has always been a core memory for me when it comes to gaming. Virgil doesn't pull a single punch in this fight, especially with his Devil Trigger form. It doesn't even matter if he's in Devil Trigger or not. You always need to be on your toes when approaching him, because you never know what he's gonna do next. After whittling down Virgil enough, the brothers soon realize that they are running out of time.
Am I being defeated?
What's wrong? Is that all you got? Come on, get up. You can do better than that.
The portal to the human world is closing, Dante. Because the amulets have been separated.
Let's finish this, Virgil. I have to stop you. Even if that means killing you.
No one can have this, Dante. It's mine. It belongs to a son of Sparta. Leave me and go, if you don't want to be trapped in the demon world. I'm staying. This place was our father's home.
What an ordeal. You're still here.
I need that back.
No late charges, I hope?
I'll think about it.
We should be fine for now. But I'm sure they'll be back soon. Very soon.
Are you crying?
It's only the rain.
The rain already stopped.
Devils never cry.
I see. Maybe somewhere out there, even a devil may cry when he loses a loved one. Don't you think?
Maybe.
By the way... looks like we're gonna be busy for a while.
Well, bring it on. I love this. This is what I live for! I'm absolutely crazy about it!
Devil May Cry 3 is an amazing experience from start to finish, and has been in my top 10 for a long time now. This game is really something special to me, and has been one of the highest peaks in the hack and slash genre back in the day, and even now. The character, the music, style, gameplay, everything about this game has so much going for it, and I love it so much. I can't really put it into words just what this game actually means to me. Sure, there's a lot of flaws in this game, but man, I feel like I could just look past that and say that this game is honestly my favorite Devil May Cry. I love coming back to this game a lot, and whenever I do come back to it, I never get sick of it. It's like I always get a new type of experience coming back to DMC3. I'm glad Itsuno and his team got to work on this incredible game and make something that people can enjoy, and let us know that Devil May Cry is a series cherished by people like me.
What happened next? Nothing, really. We took care of all the remaining devils, and that was it. I still have a job to do that's far from done, which is to eliminate every last demon. I need to ensure that monsters like my father never come about again. And he promised to help me hunt down the demons, even though he's part one himself. But now I realize that there are humans as evil as any devil, as well as kind and compassionate demons in this universe. At least I've found one so-called devil who is able to shed tears for those he cares about. That's enough for me to believe in him.
Now I can start my business.
Oh, speaking of a kind devil, he finally decided on a name for his shop. It took him quite a while to pick one. Wanna know the name? Devil May Cry.
So this video was first thought back up by myself at the end of February of this year, and I started working on it in March, getting the gameplay, and I kind of stopped making the video because of college, because I was getting busy as hell. As of this recording, it is now May 10th, and thankfully I got around to finishing the video. And yeah, I will keep making videos for the channel. Summer is coming up, and I won't really be doing many college classes during that time period, so I'll be able to edit more frequently and get stuff out on time. I also want to give out a shout out to Paolo for still being subscribed to the Patreon. You know, thank you, bro. I really appreciate you. And you know, if you want to subscribe to that too, it'll be in the description down below. I also have my other socials down there as well if you want to follow me. And I also want to thank the people who watched this video. It was really fun replaying this game again for like, I want to say the fourth time probably. But yeah, I put a lot of effort into this video, and you know, hopefully it shows to you guys who watched it. That's all I wanted to talk about for this video, so see ya.